A wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding will attain wise counsel. It seems, if you stop and meditate on these words, you will see, you'll find a contradiction. Because when you talk about a wise person, if you hear, there is a wise one. When you think on a wise person, immediately you think on going to this person and listen to what they have to say. After all, he's a wise one. But look what the Bible speaks about the wise man. The wise man is not giving opinions. The wise man is what? What is he doing? He is listening to grow in knowledge and acquiring wise advice. That is, to be wise, first they have to listen. First, they have to seek understanding, advice, knowledge, but not the knowledge of this world. We're speaking about the wisdom of God, the counsel that comes from above. So, do you want to succeed in your love life, dating, marriage, to choose the person who will be your partner? But how do I find this person? How do I solve the problem of my marriage? I no longer know what to do. What do I do for my husband, my wife, to see that there's something to change? I don't know what else to do. It's in here. A wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding will attain wise counsel. So the wise man, I'm talking to you, husband, wife, single one, whoever you are, whatever your situation is, I'm talking to you, and if you want to grow, you need to learn to listen more. You need to learn to be quiet at the time that you shouldn't be speaking, the time that you should be reaping and paying attention. I'm gonna listen to what I need to know, and I will be open to listen, but not be preparing myself to answer back and defend myself. Because if I enjoy the good words, those words change my inside and make me a more wise and better person.
Because for you to understand, as we're speaking about understanding, for you to understand anything, you need to use your reason. You need to pay attention. You need to understand. And you're not going to understand just speaking. You're going to understand hearing, reading. You see that sometimes we speak to couples and we understand the couple that we saw for the first time, but they don't understand each other. We understand them because we are hearing what they're saying, but they don't hear each other. The couple wasn't hearing each other, and this is a very big mistake that they commit. You have to understand that you're in a relationship. You need to understand that person. For you to understand that person, you need to hear them. You need to hear them. Not only hear, oh, whatever she's saying, No, but you hear. You're having ears to hear, to try to understand what is she trying to say or what he's trying to say here. Why is he saying this? And when you start to do this, you start to resolve your problems with this person because you're trying to understand. But when you close yourself and you don't want to understand the other person, you want the other person to understand you. But you have to understand me, and she speaks. And then the other person wants to speak, she closes. She's listening, but she's not hearing because she doesn't want to understand. And here it says, the wise, he hears. So in that moment, when you don't want to understand, when you don't want to hear, you want to be understood, but you don't want to understand, you're not being wise. You're not being wise. And the person who's not wise, it's very difficult to live with someone like that because the Bible says that the opposite of wise is fool. He's foolish. In Proverbs, if you one day you want to learn about wisdom, in Proverbs it speaks about a lot about wisdom. It speaks about the wise and the foolish. Or you are wise or you are foolish. Why foolish? Because you're not being practical. You're not doing what needs to be done to resolve your problem. You're only causing more problems. You're just causing more friction there in your marriage.
If people knew that one of the strongest ways to connect with another person is for you to understand them. A few things can connect us to another person in a more deep way than you to understand that person. If you knew that, you will put more effort to understand your husband and your wife. Because out of all the people who knows me in the world, Cristiane is the one who knows me the better. Only this, separating everything else, only this makes her the most important person in the world for me, because everybody wants to be understood. Then, I also believe that I am the one who knows her the better. So this makes us connected together. There's a connection. And understand, for you to understand the other person does not mean that you always will agree with the other person. You can understand without agreeing. You need to have this intelligence. Not always you will agree, but you will have to understand. So when you finally embrace this, the understanding is a glue. It's a connection that is so strong that connects to people. You put much more effort and will be way more careful to understand this person, to understand what they do, why they do, what they say, what do they mean by what they're saying, where they come from. You try to understand this person, and this connection will become unbreakable between the two of you.
Did you like this? Would you like to hear it again? Listen to it as many times as you need until this content becomes part of you. Don't forget to leave your like, comment, and share. See you next time.